Hello and good afternoon. Thank you for joining me today. I'm outside in the beautiful fresh air because I wanted to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart, and it has to do with taking over the counter drugs. Oftentimes, we don't even look at the natural remedies for what ails us. So that's what today's topic is about. And if we've never met, my name is Helena Mariscott. I've been doing a series of healthy living uh, live Facebook videos, and I'm a nutrition and chronic disease educator. I work with people to better manage their disease and live a healthy lifestyle. And most of it requires a change in what they eat and a change in their lifestyle. And that's what I want to talk to you today. So, one thing as a disclaimer, I'm not a doctor or medical practitioner. So, if there's anything that you're currently taking as far as prescription drugs or that was recommended by your doctor, by no means should you discontinue that. These are just ideas for if you're not taking any drugs prescribed by your doctor, maybe an alternative could be holistic remedies. So, before I start, be sure to click the like button on the bottom there and share this video with anyone that you think might benefit. So let's dig in. While over-the-counter drugs are legal and they're found in almost everywhere you go, from Target to Walmart to the dollar store, you know, it's still a drug, right? You're still putting a drug in your body, and that drug has side effects. So if you take some common items that you find on the shelves, Aleve as an example, it's like a pain medication, right? A lot of people take it when they feel pain in their knees or they feel pain in their arms, and it helps to minimize the pain. For cold medicines, there's a lot of multi-symptom cold medicines out there for kids and for adults. Benadryl, very common for seasonal allergies or if you get, bitten by some sort of insect. Dulcolax, which is also something that is helpful to relieve constipation. These are just a few of the items that you will find on the shelves, and it's overwhelming because there are different brands, different dosages. There's the generic versus the brand label. So what should we be thinking about when we are looking for these over-the-counter drugs? Well, you might want to consider the active ingredients. What does it say? Compare them to others. The warnings, in this particular cold medicine, it says warning, liver warning. This product contains acetaminophen. Severe liver damages may occur. So, and then there's dosage warnings. There's allergy alert warnings. So really, we don't think about it sometimes. We just take it because we're feeling some sort of ailment. My goal today is to think about other ways to relieve some of the ailments you might be experiencing. And let's start with nutrition, because I believe food is medicine. What you put into your body will affect how you feel, whether it's inflammation, whether it's pain here or pain there. And if you look at food as medicine, you'd probably be more likely to be picky about what foods you're eating. And this is what we call looking at the root cause of an ailment versus the symptoms. So let's talk about nutrition. I have a bunch of props here, which sometimes is helpful to see what it is that isn't good for you versus what is. Now, we know the foods that are not good for you, right? And when it comes to inflammation, things like sugar, refined sugar, things like carbs, refined carbs, processed meats and MSG and gluten, and even dairy for that matter. All of these things affect your inflammatory system, right? So the idea is to eat non-inflammatory foods because that really contributes to a lot of diseases. So what are some non-inflammatory foods? So we have, just to name a few, we have some items here. Pineapple. You know, inside of a pineapple is the core that most people throw out. But interestingly enough, the core of the pineapple has an ingredient called bromelain. Bromelain is very similar to what's in Advil as far as a pain reliever. So something as simple as the core of a pineapple, that might work. What have you got to lose? Berries is another thing. Blueberries, raspberries, they all have antioxidants and they're anti-inflammatory. Salmon, you know, we talk a lot about fish, but did you know aside from the health benefits, it will help you cure some of the ailments you might have? Avocados is another example of something that is so simple to prepare, but so helpful to, you know, if you have arthritis or if you have any sort of other inflammations. Leafy green, you know, we talk about it a lot. In this situation, in this package, I have baby chard, baby spinach, and baby kale. These are just some examples of leafy greens that should be a part of your diet if it isn't already. We have here garlic. Did you know garlic is very medicinal? Sore throat. I mean, there's so many remedies that garlic can heal. So many remedies. Then we've got ginger, just the ginger root in itself. You can even eat the skin of the ginger. It has fiber in it. But ginger is another very medicinal food that has such great properties. And then, you know, we talk about what do we cook with? You know, do we cook with hydrogenated oils? These are some examples. I've got here almond oil, which is a great all-purpose cooking oil as opposed to vegetable oil or shortening. Here I've got some olive oil. This one is infused with garlic, so it has a great taste. I've got avocado oil. I mean, the list goes on and on. That's just an example of the oils. Then I've also got some vitamin supplements, particularly now during COVID-19. You know, building our immune system is so important. And the things that I take as supplement, in addition to eating healthy, is vitamin C. That's good to kill viruses. I take fish oil, which I need extra omega-3s, and then vitamin D. And that's one of the reasons why I'm sitting out here, because the sunshine in itself provides great vitamin D. So, again, my point of this is what you eat certainly affects the need to have to go to the drugstore and get some of these medications. But then there's also the mental health. The mental health is just as important as the physical health. So I wanted to spend some time talking about that. So let me start off by asking you to really think, do you get enough exercise in your day? Do you make it a priority? Because exercise can make a world of difference in your joints, in your arthritis, and just in your mood. Also, hydration, something as simple as drinking a lot of water throughout the day can cure that headache that you needed the Aleve or the Advil or the Tylenol for. Think about sleep. Sleep is critical to making sure that your body is running on all cylinders. Because if it's not, other things start to not work out very well. Then we've got what most people would call it relaxation. I call it body scan. Sometimes it's just taking a minute and really looking at what is it that is painful. Is it the headache really, or is it that my foot is hurting me, or my stomach is hurting me? I mean, if you don't really take that body scan, you may not be real about what is it that's truly causing the problem. And that's something that, you know, doctors will always ask when you go into a visit. Then we've got the writing and the journaling. Oftentimes the anxiety that's up here and the stress that's up here it helps when you take it from the brain into your hand and just write it out. Write what it is that is really bothering you. That is therapeutic in itself. Then we've got time management, right? Sometimes it's just too much to do in too little time. Or sometimes we avoid the stuff that we really don't like to do, hoping that we can handle it. We'll put it off until the next day. That causes stress, right? So my recommendation with time management is to attack the things that are more difficult for you, get it done, spend a good 30 minutes solid, and then walk away and refresh. Aromatherapy. I love aromatherapy. This is an example of a diffuser that I use, and I pour in some eucalyptus essential oils into it. And when I'm feeling stressed, depressed, out of it, it just helps. And there's so many different essential oils. That's just the one that works for me. I also use body wash and foam bath that has the eucalyptus in it because it is soothing. It soothes the mind. It just calms you down. If you need to take a bath, you just, try that as an example. Then I always like to use body cream that has that essential oil to it as well, because again, that mental state of mind is imperative. Clearly there are things that we need to think about, and maybe that's something that you can make it a challenge for yourself. For the next 30 days, practice gratitude, practice humility. Those things can rectify relationships. And practice contentment. Be happy with what you have or whatever situation that you're in. So all of these, oh, I forgot here. This is some teas that I use. This is a Robius tea. It has ginger and turmeric in it, which again is very soothing to the mind. And chamomile is another one that I often take when I feel this sense of stress and pressure and everything is on my shoulders. So those are just some ideas to think about before you head out to the drugstore on your next visit. Think about, what is it that I can do at home? What is it that I can take that might mitigate these issues? So that way there's no one drug that causes another problem, that causes another problem, that causes another problem. Maybe you don't need to take the drug at all. So I hope this was helpful to you. I hope that this is something that you can at least think about, consider, and please put your comments below. Let me know what you think, if anything has worked for you or not. And if there's any other topics that you'd like me to discuss in another series, I would love to hear your feedback. So thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of this beautiful day and have a blessed week.